Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog.stampwithelaine.com. Today's project is this one. It shows a background masking technique which I covered in my Top Tip Tuesday yesterday. And this is the card we're making with it today using this technique. The stamp set I'm using is Piece of Cake and the Cake Builder Punch. At the moment it's on the last chance list for you to get it as a bundle price, because starting from next year, although it's carrying over into the new catalogue, it will no longer be bundled together and you'll have to buy them separately. For my card base I'm using thick Whisper White, which has been cut at 8 1/4 inches by 5 7/8 inches. In metric that measures 21 centimeters by 14.85, and it's been folded in half. For the matte layer in Coastal Cabana, this measures 3 5/8 by 5 3/8, and in metric that's 9.2 by 14.3 centimeters. I'm going to steal a bit of cardstock from this layer here for my cake and my cake stand. Whisper White layer to go on top here. And that measures 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. In metric that will be 8.9 by 13.3 centimeters. The inks I'm using are Coastal Cabana and Tuxedo Black Memento ink. The other stamp set I'm using is called Bouquet Dots, adhesive back sequins. First I'm going to create my background masking, so I'm going to stamp that in Coastal Cabana ink. On a stamp this size, I'll take the ink pad to the stamp rather than the stamp to the ink pad. So I'm going to stamp that first on some copy paper, and I'm using the background masking technique, so I'm just going to measure the length of my stamped image, which is 3 1/4 inches, so I need 1 5/8 at the top, 1 5/8 at the bottom, and draw a line down the middle, and that's my fold line. And then I'm just going to tear within that stamped image line. And this will be my mask. Bring in my cardstock and just place it over here. Ink up my stamp, and I want to stamp off first, then stamp on. Now I've made a template for Cake Builder Punch. This template is to help me mount the stamps onto my block. So I place my stamps into the template left by the punch with the flat side facing up. Okay, then I line the bottom of my block with the bottom of the template and pick up the stamp. The reason I made sure that I aligned it at the bottom was because I'm stealing some cardstock from the matte layer, and really I need to make sure that the stamping will be fairly straight. Now this is the direction your punch is going in, your paper's going in, oops, your paper's going in from there, so make sure you're stamping with the cake stand on the top. So I'm aligning my block with the bottom of the edge of the paper, push that all the way in and punch. Next I want to glue this onto my matte layer, so apply some Tombow adhesive on the back. Make sure it's equidistant all round. Grab a bone folder and just smooth that from the back. so that will spread the glue and prevent lines from showing. Apply a bit of adhesive on the cake stand. Apply dimensionals to the bottom of the cake, and before you take it off you just want to center it onto the cake stand so you know where to stamp your candles. Bring back the Memento black ink. I'll place my cake there. I can stamp the candles. Remove the backing paper and then glue it on top. Bring back my tuxedo black Memento ink and then stamp the sentiment, count the good times, not the candles. Then before I stamp the sentiment, I'm going to do my background masking again. I've stamped off, now I'll stamp on to give it a lighter shade, and then stamp my sentiment directly from the ink pad onto the card. I'll just add this little stamp here. Then adhere the card front to the front of the card with Tombow adhesive. Last thing to do is just pop some sequins on. These are adhesive back sequins. And there's your card finished. Nice and quick and easy to do. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back soon with more inspiration. Bye!